Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, June the 18th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and fortunately, I'm still in Fort Morgan, but unfortunately, today's the day to return home to reality. You can see the beach behind us here, and just been enjoying a wonderful week down here. Well, let's get to some weather. How about a look at my temperature trace yesterday from Helena? You can see that the rain started just a little after 12 noon, or right around 12 noon. You can see the temperature plunged from 86 degrees all the way down to 70, and then climbed back up to about 78 or so before falling with sunset. This morning, we've got some interesting shots. There's a look at Gadsden, and that certainly is a beautiful shot with some clouds obscuring the hills there. And you can see the sun rising at Birmingham with a few clouds on the horizon. And then how about down here at the beach, Dauphin Island, and had a great trip over to Dauphin Island the other day on the ferry. Really recommend that to anybody who gets down this way. On our surface map this morning, you can see that we're still dealing with surface high pressure, which is keeping things kind of hot, humid, but also with some rain here and there. And that especially being directed by the upper atmosphere, where you can see the ridge. Unfortunately, the ridge building back in just a little bit stronger, and that means that for the most part, we're going to see a lot of the showers to our north and to our northeast, not over us like we saw yesterday, which was very, very nice. We'll get to the forecast in a minute, but here's a look at temperatures across the country, and boy, it is just plain warm. About the coolest I can see is over there in the Rockies, something in the mid-30s, but that's like one spot. No mid-30s around central Alabama this morning, but we still have that kind of east to west temperature gradient with 60s across from Gadsden and Fort Payne over into Georgia, and then down to just north of Columbus, and then lower 70s over towards Tuscaloosa, and that's pretty much going to stay that way. Radar-wise, you can see that much of the radar activity this morning is pushed off to the north of us and not going to bring us any showers or thunderstorms. We still will have isolated storms, but it looks like they'll be the air mass type. Still, where that rain is, we're seeing a severe thunderstorm watch, and also some flash flood warnings that are in effect up that way, as well as some tornado warnings. QPF-wise, you can see the effects of the ridge and the surface high, keeping everything pretty much off to the north. But notice the bullseye over southwestern Arkansas. Yes, we may see some rain this way coming about midweek and just beyond midweek. So kind of getting to the edge of the period that it'll affect us. It looks like more towards the end of the week for us. Storm Prediction Center outlooking slight risk, stretching all the way from the eastern slope of the Rockies across Missouri and into North Georgia in an arc, and mostly severe thunderstorm threat. And then that threat stays to our north on day 2. Tropics are quiet. All right, the 060 GFS model run. And we'll stick primarily with the upper atmosphere until we get to midweek here, but there's the ridge and building back in a little bit stronger over the southeastern U.S., so as a result, we'll see some isolated showers. The ridge comes in a little stronger on Sunday, and I think that means the shower chances diminish somewhat, and it really gets strong on Monday and Tuesday, and so the result is, I think, that we won't see much in the way of shower activity, if any, on Monday and Tuesday. But notice the closed low and the deep trough coming across the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. And yes, that moves our way on Wednesday, increasing our chances for some showers as the main front is still going to be off to our west, but dragging a front our direction. Wow, won't that be nice? How about if we get out of this real spell of above average temperatures and get into some average temperatures? Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, it would. Well, the trough moves our way and crosses the Mississippi River on Thursday the 23rd, and with that we get into a pretty good chance for showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. Friday, the trough is in our vicinity but just passing us, and the result is that we probably are going to see highs on Thursday and Friday in the upper 80s, about where they ought to be this time of year. Now, won't that be a change? And then the trough still in the area, but weakening just a little bit for us, but that still gives us some chance for rain a week from today in terms of at least air mass showers and thunderstorms. Now, going out into voodoo country, it looks like the change might be semi-permanent, at least for a week or two anyway, as we see kind of a weakness over the eastern half of the country. We're not exactly under the trough, but with these little disturbances, we get the northwesterly flow. And the result is that we might see some of these large complexes of thunderstorms move our way. Remember, this is voodoo out there. And then the weakness still here, but the ridge building back stronger in the central part of the country. So it looks like, of course, the heat might return. So anyway, some hope that we're going to see a little bit more in the way of shower activities at midweek. Well, I certainly hope that you have a wonderful day. And, of course, Father's Day tomorrow. And we'll be heading back from the coast, unfortunately. So I won't be as chipper tomorrow morning as I am this morning. Oh well, it's hard to leave the coast behind and get back to reality. Well, I hope that you do have a wonderful day, and I expect to have the next video posted first thing tomorrow morning. In the meantime, Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.